This is the most important car that I own. This has really rich history with me going back years and years and years. I've had 3 of these dang things. I don't really consider myself so, but people ask, it's like, oh, what did you drive before you were famous? Here it is. This was my car. This is a 1985 first gen Honda City Pro T. And it looks absolutely amazing. It's a masterclass of boxiness. Look, even the wheel arches are squares, but then the wheels and the headlights are like the only round things on it. Oh, excuse me, and the indicator and half of the door handle. But it's just done so tastefully. The aquarium-like windows, like you legally cannot make cars with A-pillars that thin. For good reason, because my goodness, I dread an accident in this. I'm gonna. Just love how chunky and JDM all the bodywork is on what is an adorable Nugget. Rich Nugget history with these Honda Cities for me. I mean, my first one was like 2015-16. Of course, James was the one who helped me find it. It was $300 and terrible. Rust all over it. Floor was gone, but it did run and I managed to limp it home. And lore in my backstory, when I was at a hardware store getting paint for that Honda City, next door was a pet shop that said they had snakes. I was like, nuh-uh. And that's how I got Frank. Then I looked for a parts one to fix my crappy one, and then I found a better one, so then my first one became the parts one. And I was a music teacher, and I had superstar students, and there was this one awesome guy who I've been teaching since he was 13. He was now learning to drive, and he pined for mine. He saw me pull up in it every single time, and he'd always say, if you're ever gonna sell it, please let me know. And it was like, that's my Nugget, you get your own Nugget. But then I realized it would be his first ever car, and he could say that forever, that his first car was an 80s Honda Super Nugget. We worked out a deal. I let him have it for what it owed me, nothing on top. And that brings me to this one, because 2 years later, he got word of this one, and he helped me get this for $500. Like, I'm so proud of it. George, mate, you need to come and visit. It was found in a shed and swarming with rat poo. But it started with the fuel in the tank. My last one of these had an automatic in it. It was called a Honda-matic. We actually had to select the gears manually yourself. It was awful. Can you believe they didn't catch on? 5-speed manual with factory air conditioning. That works. You getting the Super Nugget bit? Are you understanding the Super Nugget? I worked as a professional musician. Getting in our nightclubs on a Friday night, impossible. But not for me. This thing fits anywhere. You see a City Pro, right? T, 2-seater, professional. This is a legal trade van. It's a van, baby. Look at that. Nothing. That's how these came. You could get an option with rear seats. Nuh-uh. Trade van. This is how most of these wound up here, because they could get around, you know, import restrictions, because it was a little van, not a little economy car. Oh, look at this. You have to 10 peg it. That has completely blown out. That's part of the issues. I have to carefully... Ow, no! That's part of... But seriously, being a trade vehicle, leave it in loading zones, no worries. They can scan the plate. Oh, it's a trade vehicle. And I'd come out of a venue with equipment going, don't mind me, just loading up and going home. Ah, and it's amazing on fuel. So good on fuel. 1981, these came out, and honestly, this was the beginning of Japan just taking over. England were making like economy Nuggs. Man, they don't drive as nicely as this thing does, and this thing's ancient. Look, when a car hits 20, to me, it's a shitbox. Oh, it's mint condition and perfect? You have a very nice shitbox. This thing turned 40. It's a 2-time shitbox. And it's still so nice to shift. It starts so good. I was using this right up until 2021. That's how I kept my bills down and I focus on building stuff. Most of the drum stuff in my drum room, mate, it probably came home in the back of this. This was undefeatable, in and out of like depots and postage, all that. I love this car. It's got 5-speed, aircon, 80s hyper Nugg styling, and it's a trade vehicle that's also good on fuel. Of course it has a name. Cars this epic always earn names with me, and learning that the designers called it the Toll Boy style because you sit bolt upright. It's amazing. I'll tell you in a minute, right? Toll Boy? It's a boy? Well, then it's Dennis. It was always known as Dennis the Super Nugg. Now it's Dennis, King of the Nugget. Got quite a lot of Nugget experience at the moment, especially cars that suck. But this thing is frozen in time. Basically, I was using it and then I stopped. And the main reason is that it's kind of falling apart. Not in a mechanical way. The engine, gearbox, all that is so good. But it's the interior, it's the latches, it's the hinges. It's like everything's just backed off a quarter turn. and it all just needs putting back in again. It's a little Econo car that's 40 years old. I mean, keep in mind, when Honda made this wasn't a cheap small car. This was an excellent small car. They made an amazing small car. That's why you can option with turbo and a moto combo. No, I don't have a moto combo. No, Honda City moto combo. Only thing people want to know is moto combo. Moto combo. People have even asked me if I'm actually gonna make it a turbo clone or something. Heck no! This is Dennis the Super Nugget. Why would you want to change this? This thing drives perfect. Look at these wheels. Those are 12s, baby. And look how thick they are. They're even a bit low, right? And you still have all this ground clearance. All the bumps get soaked up. This thing is so smooth. And look at the ground clearance. It's so funny that like going over train tracks is like a modern car going along a regular modern road. Look how lightweight this thing is, you know? 1.2 liter engine. It's amazing. Little single over a cam. This is like glorious day of the combustion engine. It's just simple. I mean, you can't get away with an engine like this anymore because we just need so much power. This thing's so lightweight. It's just so easy going. Hey, it's got no power steering. That's one less thing pulling on the engine while you're going down the road. It's part of the reason why it just revs so cleanly. People don't want to live without power steering. I mean, like, this is okay. This is fine. I love how it feels. But, you know, it's way harder than you used to. At first, you probably think something was wrong. And James painted that red because I had him service it at the old place that he used to work at before he worked with me. So, yeah, it's all stained again. The interior is thrashed. That dirty spot is from being soaking wet in the rain, running around picking up equipment after gigs, and then dragging dust into the seat, putting drums on it. I thrashed this thing. There's the crappy eBay radio that I put in there, still going. That's just held in with the foam. Like, oh, that's in there good. I'm not touching that. Yeah, aux jack, what more do you want, mate? Lovely little steering wheel. Like, yeah, these old steering wheels, they're so thin and lovely and just awful because you smash your head into it and, you know, potentially die. Adorable dashboard. No, it's done more than 39,000 Ks. It's probably 100 or 239,000. And look, you got your speed, you got your fuel, and you got your temp. That's all you need. And the temp's been sitting up a little bit. I'm not sure if the thermofan's working anymore, as the interior fans no longer work either for some reason. They did when I parked it. It's also full of toasty crumbs from my morning ham and cheese toasties that I'd have, that I wouldn't be surprised if rats have gotten in to find the succulent goodness and then chewed on something else. Oh gosh, that seat's effed. Like, these seats are amazing. Like, you sit bolt upright, and I can't describe it, but it's so comfortable. You don't fight it. You scooch forwards, you sit bolt up, and it makes sense. With the aquarium kind of view that it's got, you can't have windows like this no more. It's just a death trap. And safety is a good thing, right? It's amazing what people can walk away from. Not in cars like this. Yeah, this is starting to catch up again. Yeah, little bits that I patched up 5-6 years ago, starting to rust through again. See, like, I knew I had to stop. I had to stop using. You saw how blown out that rear hatch thing is? Gosh. But seriously, its square bum shape is what makes it so great. Because a box is the most efficient use of space. You can load this thing right up to the roof and then just shut the door. I love the details like this. Max payload, 300 kgs. That's how you know she's a trade van. And this badge, it was missing its actual badge. That's off the steering wheel of a 90s Honda Accord. And I actually think it looks better than the original badge. And so I've just pretended that is the badge. Look, it's got a little schwa, a little ducktail spoiler, schwa, and rust. And this futuristic design, and it's got guttering. That really dates your Nugget if you have guttering. And cause look, yeah, water gets in it and it rusts. I mean, honestly, my dream for this thing is just to restore it to how it was. Yeah, it's not a special car. It's just, you know, the regular trade van one. Which is what I like, because most people only save the special versions of cars. Like the basic bog standard ones are the ones I get excited about, because they're the ones you actually saw. They're the ones you actually got rides in, or in my case, got my hands on for 500 bucks. See, I daily drove my Nuggs, and that's when Bruce came into the works as my Nugget Shepherd. And you know, at that point, Bruce was the nicest car I'd ever had. Fun tidbit with this thing and why this car's so epic. This isn't the car I actually wanted to speak about. I was trying to fire at one of my old Mercs because I know I've been teasing them for a couple of years, and it was finally time to show it. And I couldn't get them going. They always started for me, and I couldn't get them going. And the fun thing, this car and my two Mercs, this is the original crew of Garbage Time. This is the original crew. This is how it was gonna start. And then Tony came in. Like the first video is Tony. It was meant to be Dennis. Dennis has never lived it down. The rivalry that's been brewing in the background between Dennis and Tony. Dennis hates you, you red-faced idiot. This is Tony's ultimate rival. Tony stole Dennis's opening hour. I'd even done the filming. I've lost the footage now. Then Tony happened and Dennis got pushed aside for Tony, who is now the poster child for the whole channel. It was meant to be Dennis. And instead, after all this servitude to me for all these years of being amazing, Dennis gets left and neglected for like 4 years. The world isn't fair, is it? And we should punish those responsible for doing that. Normally at this point, I go and thrash on him and like try and get it like a 0 to 60 or something. I'm not thrashing Dennis. Needs all the fluids done. This thing needs completely going over, and then I'll gladly launch it as hard as I possibly can because it has to embarrass Tony. We need to get the scoreboard going of Dennis versus Tony. Hey, has air conditioning. Score 1 Dennis, 0 for Tony. But we're gonna have to do that another time because James is in Bali at the moment, so he's having fun. So, you know, oh, we gotta hear it fire up, eh? Come on, Dennis. Huh? No accelerator, nothing. It's warmed up a little bit because of how I scooted here, but look at that! Still technically cold, and this is on stale fuel. Dennis! Max RPM of 5 grand, what a nugget. It's quintessentially Japanese. It's fantastic on fuel. It's been incredibly reliable. It's insanely practical, and it has trade van perks on top. Can you see how this is king of the nuggets? How can something be so adorable, practical, and efficient, and like reliable? Amazing. Can you believe why people like Honda so much? Except for this phone, which, can you? Can you? iPhones suck. Oh.
Well, mate, but you like want more videos, don't you? Well, like for memberships, mate, I do extra stuff, or I talk about cars that you guys have and I don't. And I'd be like, what is that? Why is it so ugly? And I don't want it, but I appreciate it. So that's $1 a month, mate. So want you suss that, eh?